Now this may look like a replay of your most recent nightmare. Thousands of squirming, slimy, slithery, snaky eels. But as much as they look like them, eels are not snakes.
Not at all. Eel is kind of warm water fish.
Mrs. N.H. Liao is a fisheries specialist at the Tungkang Marine Laboratory on Taiwan in the Republic of China. Raising fish for food is called aquaculture. It's a multi-million-dollar industry here. And to show you the kind of progress this country has made, 30 years ago, the word aquaculture wasn't even in the dictionary. The Republic of China grows more eels than any place in the world. Listen to this statistic about eel farming. In 1968, they grew about 60 metric tons. By 1980, more than 26,000 metric tons. But to most Americans, 1 ton of eels would be too much.
To you, but not to us.
Do they bite?
Not at all. You may try and you will know.
Do they have teeth?
They have but small teeth.
But they're not aggressive to humans?
Not aggressive because they are creature. They are not wild one. If you have chance to meet the wild eel, maybe you should be take attention. If there's anything less appetizing to American taste than eels, it may be what eels eat. The feed that makes eels grow best, a sort of commercial eel chow, is mixed up right on the farm. Oh, they eat the prepared feed with the combination of fish meal, soybean meal, and fish liver oil, and some vitamin inside too. Now, you might be reluctant to eat this, and when the eels are first put in these ponds, they're reluctant to eat too. They have to be trained to like it. But as you can see, they've learned their lesson well. It's every eel for himself, twisting and slithering in what can only be called an eel frenzy. Young eels captured along the coast are grown in man-made freshwater ponds. Eels of similar size have to be kept in the same pond, or else they'll eat each other. When all the eels in a pond are large enough to sell, the water is drained out and the eels are caught along the way. It takes 300 days for an eel to reach marketable size. Water quality is very important in growing eels. pH and temperature have to be watched carefully. The owner of this farm, Mr. Shipin Wen, pumps his water from underground. He runs one of the largest operations in the country, with 40 employees. The sides of eel ponds have to be built up high, or else, believe it or not, the eels will try to escape in heavy rain by swimming over the walls. After all the eels are harvested, they're graded into different sizes and put into tanks of clean water. Oh, they have to hold the harvest eel in clean water for 24 up to 36 hours to clean out the stomach content so that the eel won't smell any odor. Who wants all these eels? Surprisingly, not the Chinese. Now, the Chinese think eel is okay, but it's the Japanese that consider eels such a delicacy. 95% of Chinese eels end up on dinner tables in Japan. If these are sent to Japan, why don't the Japanese do this? It's because there is the low temperature water in Japan, and here in Taiwan we have much warmer water temperature, suitable for eel culture. Late in the afternoon comes the next step in an eel's life, a cold bath. The eels are dipped into bags and dragged through ice water to take some of the squirminess out of them for what comes next, a plane trip. Where are they going?
Export to Japan, and it takes 11 hours to Japan.
One of the problems for eel farmers these days is the price. Since Japan is almost the only customer, there's not enough competition for the price to go up. These eels are weighed, packed in plastic bags with ice, and shot full of oxygen. 95% of the eels will arrive in Japan alive, and nobody is wasting any time because, hey, these eels have a plane to catch. Some eels go to Japan already cooked. 20 businesses in the Republic of China roast eel for the Japanese market. Almost 9,000 tons of cooked eel go every year from Taiwan to Japan. And this is the way eels end up in restaurants. The Japanese have as many ways to cook eel as we do to cook beef. Here's steamed eel, grilled eel, eel in egg, and eel in seaweed. And if you can manage to forget what it is, it looks pretty good.